Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm not doing too bad. So now we're in this time of the season when the weather's, let's just say the temperatures have gone up a little bit. It's currently 23 degrees. But you know what? I wasn't expecting the temperatures to rise as quickly as they did. Because as the last couple of days, I won't say it was cold or anything like that, but it was definitely below what it should have been. But now the temperatures have shot up and we're going to get a heat wave supposedly throughout the end of this week going into next week. I'm not the biggest fan of warm weather, but I have to grin and bear it. So yeah, apart from that, my week has been a bit mixed. Some good, some I don't know, some stuff that I could do without. But yeah, I said I had a pickup to show you. And the pickup that I'm wearing is the new Liverpool kit for the 26-27 season. So yeah, standard chartered. Obviously, still got the sponsor. But yeah, the pattern on this shirt is it's a throwback to the kit from 1989 to 91. But of course, that was when we won the league in 89-90. When we had Ian Rush still playing for us, John Barnes, Ray Houghton. I could name all. I could be here all day naming how good that Liverpool team was, with Rush, Barnes, Ray Houghton, Steve Nicol, and but I was gonna say Peter Beardsley, of course. Then of course he went to Everton in '91, so that's that. But yeah, I know I decided to get the new Liverpool kit. So yeah, of course we got the Premier League patch. Unfortunately, it's not the champions this time because the Premier League champions end up being Arsenal. So I'll talk about them because I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it coming. And honestly, I was expecting Mikel Arteta to bottle it again. But you know what? Fair play to Mikel. I gotta be honest with you, they deserve to win the league. Yeah, the football wasn't the best to watch, I will admit. I will say the same for my team at the end of last season. But by that point, we'd already wrapped up the league. But I will say, the football wasn't pretty, and I didn't like seeing how many of their players were getting injured. But the fact that they got it over the line, you know what? Fair play. I can't stand Arteta as a person or as a manager, but you know what? You have to give credit, and I will hold my hands up and say I got it wrong because I thought it would either be us to retain the title or Man City, and we may not even get Champions League football next season. But we shall see. It's the final day of the season on Sunday, and we've got Brentford at Anfield. We better win that game, or else I'm going to rip the new manager. Not the new manager. I can't wait for the new manager, whoever that may be. But if we don't beat Brentford, I'm going to rip Slot a new Arsenal. Just you wait. But you know what? I don't know what to say this season. But I got it wrong about Arsenal because I thought they weren't going to win it. But yeah, congratulations to them for winning their first league title since 2003-04 during the Invincible season. Yeah, do I think this is the best Arsenal team I've seen, the current one? No, definitely not. I've seen better Arsenal teams and I've seen better title winning teams, but they got the job done. Well done. Though a lot of people are complaining about the referees being in Arsenal's favour, but you know what? If it was my team, the refs would do the same for us. They will do the same for City, United, whichever team is top. They will do it to anyone. So that's the thing. It evens out. it evens out. I mean, yeah, there were some questionable decisions, like the Burnley game. Havertz should have been sent off. Yeah, he just stood up in the Burnley play. He only received a yellow. But yeah, we've seen stuff like that a lot this season. But like I said, I'm not blaming the players or anything like that. It's not the players' fault. They're only getting away with it because the referees are shit. They're shit for everyone, so you can't just lump it all on one team, because that's just being sour grapes at that point. So to all the Arsenal fans, I know there's a few who are subbed to my channel and watching my videos. So to the likes of Shane Gooner, Jez, and some of you other Arsenal fans out there, well done. Your team deserved it, and all I can do is after applaud it. Yeah. But now let's see if Arsenal can win the Champions League. Hopefully it doesn't end up in the same way as it did in 2006 against Barcelona. But no, I still predict PSG to win. However, I hope for football I'd like to see a new champion. I may not be a fan of the Gunners, not a fan of Arsenal, but I always want to see an English team do well. Not Manchester United. You know my opinions on that club by now, so we'll move away from that. So yeah, I'm happy about that. So yeah, I'm really happy I got this kit. I didn't think I was going to get it this week, but yeah, we did. Yeah, so I've got a Premier League patch on the sleeve. Because unfortunately it's not the Champions one, like I just said, because Arsenal won the league. They deserve it. We're shit. We've had an absolutely terrible season. Sorry, I had a little bit of an itch under my nose and on my lip. There we go. It's better. It was bugging the hell out of me. It was like that for God knows how long. So yeah, I couldn't hold on to it. I held off for as long as I could, but I can't. So anyway, right, I'm gonna go on to a little bit of a grumble. Again, I don't like doing this. However, things need to be said, and if people don't like it, either get used to it or just go elsewhere. Yeah, I'm putting my foot down. I really am. So anyway, the last vlog I did, guess what happened? No comments. None of the comments were getting through for some odd reason. So unfortunately, because people were having problems commenting on my video, I've had a few people like message me saying I've posted a comment on your video, I've posted a few, and yet they haven't shown up. And I was like, what on earth's going on? I had to look through the settings, and unfortunately, even like the hidden comments, and comments like held for being inappropriate, I'd look and no comment wasn't there. But yeah, so yeah, a few people have messaged me, especially Goldtooth Gaming. Yeah, go and sub to his channel. I recommend him. He's funny. He doesn't upload very often, but the videos that he does and his editing is absolutely fantastic. I told him. He said to me, I try post a few comments on your videos, and every time every time that I've posted it, it's not been on. So again, YouTube's hiding comments, and unfortunately, because a few people like him without pros comments on my last video, unfortunately, I've had to disable the comments on my last vlog. Didn't want to do that, but I mean, what if the comments aren't going to work on that video? Then you know what? I mean, what's the point? But yeah, I called out a few people, not a few people. I was calling out people like grifters and clickbaiters. And guess what? Because I spoke the truth about about people clickbaiting, selling out, and all that lot, I end up losing 2 subs on that video alone because I was speaking facts that these people just couldn't handle or were too scared to call them out. But if you don't call out these people, they'll just continue getting away with the shit that they do. But you have these people, they just won't do it. They just flat out refuse. I know. I know. Some will say that, oh, it doesn't affect me. Yeah, but what about the other people? I mean, fair enough. Sometimes it's their fault for falling for these grifters. But I'm talking about people who've got common sense. And the reason why I speak about it is to warn others. But of course, some people just don't want to. Some people just don't want to pay attention, and then they act like as if nothing's going on. Yeah, yeah. You have these people who like beg and plead. Now you can swivel on them. Yeah, I've been calling these people out for as long as I can remember. Um, Yeah, my friend Shane Gooner, who I mentioned, he's an Arsenal fan. He calls out those people all the time because he wants people to realise that a lot of these grifters are a piece of shit, is the scumbag human beings. And that's it. We want the world to be a better place. We know that. Everyone does. But the people who won't call them out are cowards. I'm sorry. The cowards. And if you're not speaking up about them, in some ways you're defending it. You may not realise it, but you just sitting quiet, sitting pretty, isn't going to do anything, you know. And I get it. Some people are probably fed up of me talking about this. How do you think I feel? You know, the more people talk about this, the more the more these people get exposed for being the greedy bastards that they are, and they just don't care. You have other ones like you have these. I say it's not just like the gaming, like say gaming them fake gaming channels they just do for clicks and views and all that lot. Yeah, those girl gamers, not the proper girl gamers, because those ones who play games. It's all about these ones who don't even know how to hold a Nintendo 64 controller with their fucking tits half hanging out. There's a thing called OnlyFans. Go and use that. We don't need it here on YouTube. And it's also the same like the football ones. But obviously you have people who are doing what's popular and they've sold out. Like the football ones. Like the football terrier, Terry Flewis. He supports Manchester United. But the way he talks, you'd think he's arsehole, because all he does is, on his videos, he loves to, like, fucking hell, he loves to suck off Arsenal. Yeah, you'd think he's an Arsenal fan the way he's speaking about them. Because I know Arsenal are like the trendy team, but the thing is, I saw this question: is he really a United fan? Because he seems more interested in like their rival club. He seems more interested in them than his own team. You know, oh, but he has to get his clicks and views. I know with and you can tell he's had like Botox and stuff done to his face. Looks like David Guest. Unfortunately, David Guest is no longer here. He died in 2016. But yeah, they had like the Botox done to his face. Like, what are we doing here? It's funny though. And he said that before he had like the hair transplant and all that bollocks. Before that his hair was grey. I know he said on one of his like latest not vlogs, one of his latest streams or latest videos. He said, I haven't got a grey hair in me. Yes, because you've had stuff done to your head with all the money that you've made from fucking grifting. So there you go. I haven't got a problem with people making a living, but if you're doing it in that sort of manner, nah, it doesn't bode well with me. And that's the point I'm trying to make. I haven't got a problem making a living. It's the way that you do it. I personally don't approve it. But hey ho, what do I know? I know nothing, apparently. I know nothing. And so do the people who won't call them out, so that's it. And I don't know why, as I say, one of those people who did unsubscribe from me was a loyal subscriber. Well, I thought was a loyal subscriber. But yeah, they've gone. It happens. But it happens. I'm not going to I'm not going to go with well. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole and think of many scenarios, but it happens. You lose some, but you also gain others in the process. That's the way YouTube is. It's a cycle. So that's all I can really say about the grifters. I know I do talk about them a lot, but I can't help it, because they need to be well. What was they named? Named and shamed. I mean, you could go down that route. I've done it with a few people, but I'm just not. I'm just saying that those people know who they are. Yeah, that's all I can say on that matter. So yeah, so I'm getting some more stuff on eBay. So I'll wait for them to arrive. I wasn't gonna do a vlog today, but since that Liverpool shirt arrived yesterday, and I had a few stuff to do, that's why I'm doing it today. I'm happy that I'm on camera. I know I said I wasn't gonna do the vlogs as much as I have done, but I don't know. Recently, I've had a change of heart. It happens to everyone. Sometimes you say you're not going to do something, then you do it, or if you say you're going to do something, then you forget about it or just don't do it at all. It happens. We're all a bit of a we can all be a bit of a flip flop at times. But yeah, I genuinely had a reason to come on here. So yeah, I did have other stuff to talk about, but I've completely forgotten. But besides, the weather's really nice today, so I might get I don't might get a few rays from the sun. I mean, I was out this morning. It was 23 when I went out around 11 o'clock. So yeah, it's afternoon. So I've got a bit of colour in my cheeks. It's very warm today, and it's gonna get warmer for the rest of the week. So yeah, I think I will leave it here. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.